everyone, welcome back to Cobra Kai Studios for another fan questions about Season 5. And, well, fan theories too, I guess. A little bit of everything. But nonetheless, I want to say thank you guys, because you guys more than killed it on the comments. I don't even know if I'll be able to do them all in this one video, so we might have to make it two. But I was going to do a video yesterday, but we got some bad news, and it just ended up being one of those days, so I was not able to, but I'm working on it today, and we'll probably get it uploaded tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to get another one done, so if this one doesn't fit all into this video, we will do two, and we might do back-to-back premiere, or we might do one day and then the next day. Either way, I'm going to keep up on these fan questions and fan theories, because they're really badass, but nonetheless, let's get right into it. So we're going to start off with Mina D. Chosen runs Miyagi-Do in Okinawa, and he's all about honor more than anything. He's in the US to help Daniel and protect the family name. Don't think the dojo name will change. I'm loving that Johnny has his own original Eagle Fang method now, too. You know what? I have to agree, very much so, Mina D. Chosen's damn sure not going to let the Miyagi-Do name go down no matter what this deal with Kree, Silver, etc. was. There's just no way around it, you know? And I think that's another reason why Chosen came back, is because the deal was with Daniel and Johnny. It wasn't with Chosen. Chosen was in no way a part of that. So, on that note, that leaves a lot of varieties and possibilities that we could expect to see as an outcome in Season 5, to where Miyagi-Do still exists in some way or another, you know? And the way it's looking so far, especially with bringing Chosen back, Season 5 is just going to get better. I mean, Season 4 was an insanely good season. But I think Season 5 is going to maybe be better. I don't know. Season 4 is kind of going to be a hard one to top. Nonetheless, thank you for commenting, Mina D. Great question. And, well, not really a question, but great comment, nonetheless. On to the next one from Cobra Kai Queen. I think that Daniel might rename Miyagi-Do so he could still run it, since the deal only said that they couldn't have Miyagi-Do open, not open a new dojo. I've wondered that too. And, you know, going on to the last one, I mean, Chosen could technically, I guess, keep Miyagi-Do, so maybe that's a way that it could still be Miyagi-Do. But I do wonder that too, because I don't see Daniel as one to not honor the deal, but at the same time, Kreese is so crooked, so why would he honor the deal at the same time, you know? But Daniel being Daniel, he's probably going to somehow find a way around it. There's no way Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, for that matter, is disappearing. Honestly, Johnny's going to be a little more focused with Miguel. I feel like, honestly, everybody knows that. But it's still going to make a very interesting plot twist. What would you word it? I'm trying to think of how you would word it as far as creating and writing. Nonetheless, it's an interesting set that we know we're going to see, as far as we're going to see two different things play out. Johnny with Miguel, and then Daniel and Chosen versus Silver and Mike Barnes, maybe? There's also a chance for Snake to come back too, because we can't forget Snake is a part of Silver as well there. So, you know, very possible. On to the next one from Christopher Burnett. I'm referencing back to your question. Stingray doesn't have to clear Kreese. Kreese just has to prove an alibi. We don't know where he was or who he was with during the beating. Hey, excellent point, Chris. That is a very good point. The reason I say that, I feel like the only way he'd be able to do it is to get Stingray on his side, is just because of Silver's pull. Silver has so much money that he could pay off a lot of people, so even his alibi, I'm sure that he could pay off a judge or lawyer to where his alibi wouldn't count or something. But that is a good point. He could have an alibi. We don't indeed know where Kreese was at during all of this whole situation that led up to, you know, Stingray getting beat up. I'm trying to think back to that episode to try to see if there is like a hint to where he might have been at during that time. But nonetheless, that's a good question. Well, not a good question, but a good reference back to my question. Thank you for commenting, Chris. Appreciate everybody. On to the next one. Clyde Walker, Film Talk. Some of my theories. Tori will get a jab at LaRusso Auto. Chosen will actually fight Mike more than fighting Terry. The LaRussos will move, or all their family scenes will be filmed at LaRusso Auto or Miyagi-Do. Oh, on that note, just now thinking about that, I forgot that the Miyagi-Do house sold, and that we never seen nothing of that nature play out in the actual Season 4, if you notice. Like, they didn't move in the show or anything like that, so I wonder if Season 5 there's going to be something about that we just didn't see yet. So, very interesting on that part. Tori will get a job at LaRusso Auto. That one's an interesting one. I actually like that one, Clyde. And it could be possible, considering how Amanda is slowly building a connection. I don't want to say a bond, but an understanding connection between Tori and herself that could end up playing out to maybe Amanda trying to help her out and get her a job, because she knows she needs money. She knows she needs some kind of help and support. And Amanda's trying to help her all she can. So, I mean, maybe. That's a good comment, Clyde. On to the next one from Chris. I think Robbie and Johnny will go to Mexico together to find Miguel. And I think that leading into season 6, Johnny will re-rent the dojo he started Cobra Kai in, being it is now vacant. I'm going to go starting with that last part because I thought that as soon as I seen Johnny go visit the old dojo. You know, he's reliving what he did. So I could definitely see him re-renting that spot for Inglefang. 100%. Now, on to the other part. Will Robbie go to Johnny in Mexico? That would be a very good bonding moment for not just Johnny and Robbie, but for Miguel and Robbie too. It'd be a climatic arc of bringing them two together to... Obviously, they're not going to probably get along if that happened right away. They're going to probably bicker the whole damn way back, let's be honest. But it might be a good connection point for Miguel and Robbie. I'd actually like to see that happen now that you mention it. Honestly, it'd be a really good thing to see. On to the next one from Chris as well. What if it was revealed, or at least speculated, that Silver cheated the tournament, so they moved the All Valley to December to give the kids one more shot? I'd love if they did that. I'd love if maybe even Tori came forward and was like, hey, Silver paid the referee, whatever. I would actually love to see that because it would give us another chance to come back to the All Valley one more time before the kids are too old. And that could be why they shot season 5 back-to-back. It might be a story arc that actually plays out. You never know. So that's a hell of a comment, Chris. On to the next one from Morelli. I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm not good at names sometimes. Do you think Tori will tell anyone what she saw? I think she will. I just don't know who she will tell. And do you think we are going to see Robbie and Tori in a relationship? I hope they do, honestly. Honestly, I think you kind of mentioned the name of who I think she's going to tell. I think she'll tell Robbie. To be honest, I think Robbie's going to be the first person she tells. I've kind of thought Amanda, but if it goes to Amanda, that's going to really stir things up, and they're really going to be trying to figure out, you know, what to do, and Amanda's going to push it to get Silver in trouble. I don't know. There's a lot of things that these creators could go about that and take it to so many different levels. That's a hell of a comment, really. I like that one. That one's a good one, too. On to the next one from Tom Courtney. Daniel, Chosen, and Johnny together. Sato Kai. Possibly? Robbie going back to Johnny and Daniel, Tori confronting Silver, and possibly burying the hatchet with Sam and joining them. Well, let's start with the whole beginning. Daniel, Chosen, and Johnny together, honestly, is a hell of a combination. I don't know that we'll see much of the three together until maybe later on in the season, because I'm pretty sure that Johnny's going to be right away, in a sense, trying to go find Miguel and help Miguel. But it's going to be an interesting combination. Robbie going back to Johnny and Daniel is something that would be kind of interesting, because obviously you're gonna end a rivalry there that's been newly created since the show started, which is Robbie and Miguel. So it could end up making a lot of possibilities, especially Tori confronting Silver and maybe joining Sam in Miyagi-Do. I kind of feel like that is going to eventually be a thing. I think that all of Cobra Kai, eventually before the Cobra Kai ends, I feel like all of the casts that have been rivals, besides maybe Silver and them, are going to be on one team come the end of it. And it might just be Cobra Kai. And maybe that's where they make Cobra Kai something its own. And then, Daniel will probably keep Miyagi-Do. Or maybe Chosen keeps it going. And who knows? Maybe they just make their own dojo and they kind of let things not die, but bring Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai and Inglefang all into one to be its own one thing. I don't know. There's so many different things that could happen. On to the next one from Chris. Think about what Silver told Kreese about taking Robbie from Johnny. Is it possible Silver is trying to do the same thing with Tori to Kreese? He's obviously not her dad, but maybe grandfather, just a thought. I really don't know. There's so much things that happened when Silver came into the picture that a lot of it I didn't expect. Some of it I kind of seen coming. But it just hit crazy. It was an interesting theory. That's an interesting theory because I don't know. I don't know what to say with Tori and Silver and Kreese even. It's a weird one. It's one of those things. We've talked about Tori and Silver and Tori and Kreese and all that in the past, but now things are really starting to play out in a different picture. I don't know. It's a hard one to say. On to the next one from Black Meadow as go. I got a good theory. Can you imagine Kreese being locked up in the same jail cell as Dutch? I mean, considering they have Dutch written off as being in jail, I could maybe see him if Dutch was to come back. Honestly, considering he doesn't want to do acting like a kid and stuff anymore, if they could get him to do maybe one scene, that would maybe be the scene I could see. But I don't think they would do that unless they really planned on bringing him back for more than one scene or for more than one thing. I don't know though, because he is maybe, I don't know. I guess they could, but it'd be all up to the person that plays Dutch. I guess I don't know. That's an interesting one. On to the next one from Aaron Grace. Theory: Mike Barnes was at the gravesite to see who Daniel was talking to tell Terry Silver. That would be interesting. I don't know. Mike Barnes is a very high possibility for coming back in season 5. Yeah, tell him, no man. So there's no really telling. I don't know what all Silver has up his sleeve and what all Silver's actually been doing behind the scenes. But you know he has some other people to help him. He's done mentioning it. I think Snake's a possibility of that. Mike Barnes is obviously a possibility of that. But there's many other people too. So it's going to be interesting to see where that plays out. On to the next one from Aaron. After the All Valley in Karate Kid 3 tournament, Terry Silver was keeping tabs on John Kreese and the Cobra Kai dojo throughout Cobra Kai season 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, I don't think that he was keeping too much of tabs unless that was like the secret arc that they didn't want us to know about Silver. You know what I mean? Like that was what he was doing behind everybody's back that no one knew. Because but then again, I don't know though, because if you think about it, he really didn't want to answer Silver or Kreese's phone call for some reason, and he knew it was Kreese. So how did he know it was Kreese? You know, so maybe he was keeping tabs. Maybe he was kind of keeping a little bit of an upper hand without revealing his hand too soon. I don't know. Silver's very smart. On to the next one from Aaron. Mike Barnes was at the great... Okay, no, we just talked about that. Okay, so I see. I hate when I do that when screenshotting. On to the next one from Beba. Will we see Tori's mom, and is her mom going to die in the next season? Also, do you think Mike Barnes is Tori's dad? I don't think Mike Barnes is Tori's dad. I don't. Her mom, I don't know. We didn't see her in this season at all. We just hear that she's still, you know, taking care of her brother and everything. So I feel like there's going to be an arc for that at some point. But I feel like there's going to have to be at some point. But I don't know if it'll be season 5 or if that's going to... Maybe. It might be... I don't know. Because her mom dying could really throw things off. That could even change her back to worse, if you know what I mean. It could take her back to wanting to be the original Tori. So I don't know. Because we've seen her start to change. She's starting to change. So I don't want that to technically end. It's kind of creating an interesting character development for her. On to the next one from Junior Rodriguez. Where do you think Miguel and Sam's relationship stand in season 5? How do you think she will react when she finds out Miguel ran away? She's going to probably flip out. I feel like she's going to kind of flip out and feel like he abandoned her and all kinds of stuff. I don't know about the relationship. Honestly, it's still kind of a rocky relationship. Nonetheless, it really is. Like, they're not on the best of standing terms. Like, they're not on the worst either, but they could be better. That's the best way I could say it, is that they could be better. They just... I don't know. I don't know that they'll stay a couple, though. They have too much jealousy with the other couples, and I don't know. Between Robbie and Tori, we'll see. I guess the best way I can say on them. I really can't fully give an answer on that one. But great question, Junior. On to the next one from Kenny. We should do a live. I would like to know what Tori will do now that she knows Silver rigged the tournament. For sure, Kenny. That would be a lot of fun, bro. I'm curious, too, because you know that had to bug Tori. She thought she finally won, and now after feeling that, she's got to feel like something always happens, and it's never a fair fight, even though, you know, she was taught to not fight fair, but she's slowly wanting to be where she's in a fair situation. She's changing, like, you know what I mean? So I am curious to see what that's going to end up playing out as far as Tori's development in season 5, because she's changed a lot in season 4. Noticeably a lot. But I'm gonna have to end it there. I only set this video for 15 minutes and we're approaching that now, and I don't want to get lost and start in the conversation I want to have to just straight up end. So I want to say thank you everybody for commenting. I really appreciate it. Keep them coming. I'm gonna make these second videos so that way we get the rest of these comments on this video talked about. Don't want to miss any. But that's gonna be it for this one, everyone. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whenever you watch this, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, my friends, stay badass. Have a great rest of your day.